Hey there, so today's video is a tutorial inspired by fire. Now, a while ago when I very first started my YouTube channel, I was requested to do the elements, and I did do a water tutorial, one of the very first videos I ever uploaded. But I just didn't do any in the other ones, and today I'm trying to think of what to film. I didn't know what to film. You know, this is a common thing for me. I'm talking about it with my mum and she suggests orange as a colour to use, so I quite like the idea. And when I got up here, I'm thinking, and I think about like very common colours to use with orange, and do I go like unusual colours to use with orange or not, etc. When fire popped in my head, and so I was like, yes, that is exactly what I want to do, something really wild. So that we've done. So if we can see, very bright and colourful eyes. And rhinestones, crazy contour, glittery lips, you know, I went all crazy. How can I not? I always do. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this tutorial, and without further ado, let's get started. Okay, eyes are primed, eyebrows are on, as you can see. And now I'm going to use the Flash palette and the white cream. And that's going on the lid. I'm having an R-ing over what base to use for this, but I think because I do plan to use quite a few colours, this is probably the best choice. Next up, Makeup Revolution Single Touch Eyeshadow in Get It All Over Myself in Touch Me. First up, I'm going to use the NYX Ultimate palette in Brights and the matte orange that's up here. And that is our first crease colour. Orange in the crease, as you can see. However, that one that I pointed to originally was a little too coral, so I had already used it, so I then put that on both eyes, but then I went over it with this deeper orange, which is more orange. Then I'm going to take my 120 palette and the matte red in this. I'm going to start in like the more concentrated crease. And then blend out so it fades into the orange. Next up, I'm going to use the Full Spectrum palette, and I'm going to use Jones, which is a beautiful orange. On like the middle of my lid, basically. I put Jones on and it was way too gold, so I used the Makeup Geek, the I Heart Makeup Geek palette, and the really beautiful shimmery orange in that over the top of Jones, so it's not so gold, because no, I don't do gold. Now I'm just using the matte red that we used previously on the outer half of my lid. But I'm using a small brush, so it's very dense. I hadn't cleaned the colour before since last time I used it, so yes, I'm using the yellow cream. That's going on the inner corner and then up and onto this part of the lid. Then I'm going to use the NYX Brights Ultimate palette again, and the bright, slightly shimmery yellow. Okay, now is where I'm going to hopefully turn it from what could be a number of things to a fire look. So I'm going to use the Makeup Obsession eyeshadow in Midnight. Yes, you haven't seen this in a while because it went disappearing under my bed, but I found it today this week. I'm going to use Midnight. And what we are doing with Midnight is applying it to the outer corner to start with. And then we're just going to go around like so. And what we're going to do is build it up and blend it out, and what we want is it to be blended, but I don't want it to blend into the orange and red. I want there to be a gradient to it. Let's go work. Now for the lower lash line, that took me ages by the way. As you can see, now for the lower lash line I'm going to use the white cream. I'm going to use the orange, shimmery orange in the middle. Matte red on the outer part. And then the yellow for this section. And I'm going to use a small brush and bring the black down. Then using the red and the matte orange to blend that out. Liquid liner time, Bourjois liner Pinceau. Alright, I am going to go and do mascara and lashes, and I'm about to do the face. So see you in a minute. Mascara and lashes are on, and now we're going to do the face. So, Makeup Diamond Heart Base Primer. I'm going to use the L'Oreal Infallible Total Cover Foundation in Porcelain. I'm going to put a bit of that on my hand. It's mousse-like, but I'm going to try and mix it with the NYX HD Foundation in Nude. and on it goes. Next up I'm going to use the Tarte Maracuja Creaseless Concealer for the under eyes. Next up, Pro Artist Longwear HD Concealer in white from Freedom. High points of the face and blend that out. Miss Sporty pressed, well, you know, torn to bits now, Miss Sporty pressed powder in ivory. And we're going to set the entire face with this. Starting with the NYX Ultimate Brights palette, I am going to use this orange and use that as contour. Next I'm using the matte red that I've been using from the 120 palette, and similar to what we did on the eye, I'm going to go into the red with into the orange with this, and this is going to be more concentrated. Now using the shimmery orange as the highlighter. So wasn't quite getting the kind of shimmer I wanted, so I'm dipping into the orange still, but then I'm going into the I Heart Makeup Unicorn Heart highlighter. To get a bit of shimmer going. Now I'm going to go do my hair and I'll be back to do the lips. See you in a minute. Okay, hair is done. What I also did, as you can see, is I have some red rhinestones on now. So now I am going to use the Makeup Revolution Ultra Velour Lip Cream in Say Yes, It's What We Do Best. So, just going to put that on. Why don't I have many orange toned... What is going on with that bit of hair? Why don't I have many orange toned reds? This is very annoying. Anyway, it turned out to be way too pink. Sorry. Some hair decided to stick up. At the minute I'm trying Freedom Pro Matte Lip Gloss in TGIF. Again, I think is way too pink. That was a palaver. I used a mix of the Super Wow Crayon in Autumn in Atomic along with the Makeup Revolution Amazing Lipstick in Reckless, and I eventually got only Orange Toned Red. Now I am going to use a iridescent holographic-y orange glitter. This is obviously just the lid. Just going to take up my finger and dab that in the centre of the lips. And there we have it. We have my fire inspired makeup tutorial. I really like how this turned out. It's so just crazy reds and orange and yellows, and yeah, I really like it, and I hope you do too. So until next time, just believe. Bye.